I'd probably get in trouble. So, all right, so here we go. Here is our next guest already. I'm getting my notes ready. Let's welcome, we actually did a special a few months back with the family, and let's welcome Debbie and Jean. Pronounce the last name for me because I'm an idiot at times.
Guarnere.
Guarnere, that's it.
Guarnere.
I don't want to disrespect the name, so I'd rather have you pronounce it.
Thanks, Faye.
So how you been?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Holidays were good? New Year good?
Everything was good. We had a great holiday.
Awesome. Now, you guys, you are like the epitome of, dedication. The way you honor both, your grandfather and Gene, your father, with the projects you do, and this is a huge one. You guys are now where you're putting a statue together to honor Wild Bill.
Yes, we're having an 8-foot bronze statue built.
Now, how did you guys come up with the idea to do this?
Well, actually, Chad Fisher contacted my father and told him that he would be honored to do a statue of Wild Bill for the cost of just the bronze.
Oh, wow. Ah, okay. So I was wondering if you guys came up with the idea, and then it was like, all right, well, we have to now find the person to sculpt it and all that. So they came to you kind of then.
Yes, he contacted my dad, and then we're trying to raise the funds now just to pay for the cost of the bronze.
Gotcha. Okay, and that I think I saw you guys also have a funding page set up as well.
Right, we do. We are also having a foundation. We just started a 501c3, so that after the statue is erected, then we can raise money for veterans' causes and also children's causes. Oh,
wow. Very cool. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's what my grandfather did. When he came in from the war, he donated money to veterans and to children.
Oh, wow. Now, what do you think he would be saying about this whole statue of himself?
Well, first he'd say we were nuttier than fruitcakes for doing this, and he considered himself not a hero. I'm not sure. What do you think, Huge? What do you think Gramps would be saying right now?
I think you hit it right on the head.
That's kind of like what I was thinking from the last time I talked to you. Is like he would be like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?"
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Now the statue, is it just the bust of him, or is it the full body of him?
No, it's the full body.
Okay, so it is like that one picture in the corner of the pamphlet or flyer. Right,
that's the Modelo, okay. That's what the bronze statue will look like. The bust, the sculptor made a bust and a Modelo, and then he is offering those for a donation pledge.
Wow.
And the statue is 8 foot, and the Modelos are 14 inches.
Wow. Now, it's probably would it look like one of the ones that like sat outside like the vet and the Spectrum all those years?
Just like Rocky Balboa, yeah, it's the same. 8 foot.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Now, where will this be on display at when it's all done?
That's what we're working on now with Councilman David O. We're looking for a location for it now.
So would it be in Philadelphia area or Delaware County?
That's what we're hoping. We're hoping it's going to be in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Somewhere in the center city area. Because they have a Korean War memorial, and they have Vietnam, and they also have Afghanistan there, but they do not have a World War II place anywhere in Philadelphia.
Oh. That's pretty weird.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
Well, I think that would be the perfect thing to kick it off then, wouldn't you?
I do.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
we'll be perfect.
Absolutely. Now,
And Bay, I just shared out the page for the youcaring.com, the fundraiser site. I just shared out the link on Totally Driven Radio on the website and in the event page for anybody that wants to go there and check that out.
Thanks.
cool. And also, Nick, if you could share out, there's an event page set up as well because they're doing a fundraiser next Friday night. It's at Poppy's Restaurant in South Philly, which it's right on 20th Street, right around the corner from the Penrose Diner. And tell us more about that.
Well, we will have autographed items, raffle, auction items. We'll have speakers come. Don Giordano will be there. He is actually giving a plaque to the realtors that bought my grandfather's house.
Yeah, now that's a whole interesting story in itself.
Right. That was a very touching story.
Now, were they going to be calling in as well? Should we save that story or?
Yes, they should be calling in.
Yeah, because
as well as the sculptor should be calling in also. I'm waiting to hear from Chad.
And I think he's actually on the line, Bay.
Awesome.
Okay. Let me get Chad up here. Is this Chad?
This is him. How you doing?
There you go. Welcome to Totally Driven Radio. You're live.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, Chad.
You're the man.
Hey, Debbie. Hey, Gene.
So you're the man who's sculpting this 8-foot statue.
I'm the guy that gets the privilege of making the statue. Yes.
Mm.
That's pretty awesome. Now, is this what you do for a living? You do a lot of these type statues?
It is. It is. My work is in galleries, and I have some public pieces out. Being from the Philadelphia area, I have a statue out at Comcast Spectacor for the Philadelphia Flyers. Recently did one for NFL Films, Steve Sable. I'm not sure if the founder. Yep. And, those are 8-footers. A couple private pieces at different estates across the country. And, this is it. Bronze casting. I do it to start to finish. Pour the metal, do the welding, wear all the hats.
Wow.
It's it's a nice thing. It's I heard Bill Belichick once say that he doesn't want to ever have to go to work, so it's nice doing something you love.
How about that? Absolutely. You got to agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, do you draw this in paper first, or do you take it from a picture when you start sculpting it, or?
Yeah, in this case, being a historical figure, it's grab as much information as possible. So live footage, I knew of Wild Bill through the Band of Brothers, and that's how I actually came to be to discussing this with Gene and Debbie. But, tons of photographs. I need as many images as possible. Different views, break it down all the way to the anatomy. They call it training, but my studies covered the spectrum. So I did cadavers to learning how to weld. So in order to really capture the presence of somebody, I need a lot of imagery. And we'll start with a couple drawings. The whoever's commissioning the project select something that they'd like, then do a little clay figure, a couple of studies with that, and then go big or go home.
Wow. Now, how long does this process take?
It depends. Depends who's asking for the commission. The Flyers commission was very aggressive, and that was done start to finish in 5 months. So that's a lightning speed. So I don't hire anybody else.
Is that considered fast?
Yeah, that's pretty quick. I don't hire anybody else for this. I have a poor team, but outside of that, it's just me. So it's a nice quality control aspect of this, but it's not. I'm not turning these things out like a factory. So it's a little bit more sincere than that. So with this one, the fundraising started sometime about November. So I've been able to work at a steady speed with this, which is very nice.
Wow. So, I'm just blown away by the whole making of it, because you see these statues where growing up in Philly, and seeing these statues around the stadiums for years, and you just think to yourself, like, they appear, like they just get poured and cooked or whatever, and they're there. But people don't realize how long, and I'm sure how tedious of a project this really is.
Oh yeah. This took me 15 years to learn how to do. So it's because the idea is that most of these people, they'll charge quite a bit of money and then just pass it off to a craftsman to do the foundry work.
Right.
And but if you did that 500 years ago, they'd look at you cross-eyed, because nobody's going to care about the work as much as you do. So the idea of somebody else touching your stuff is, that's sort of an insane thought. Nowadays, it's more about production and how fast can you make something, as opposed to trying to really make something that you care about. So with that, it's pretty unique that you get to follow this through and learn all these different aspects of making this. And you go from, being very delicate with doing a portrait to turning the furnace on and melting the metal at 2200 degrees. So you get, it goes from slow to 100 miles an hour. So it's fun. It's fun, and it's quite an honor to do this for Wild Bill.
Yeah, that's got to be the cool thing, too. Like, when you're doing somebody like this who's a hero. The guy's a hero, and you're getting to make this where this is going to be something, this thing will last a lifetime, or multiple lifetimes. So it's always going to be there, and you were the one that helped create this and put this all together. So, it's got to be also very gratifying for yourself.
Absolutely. I'm in my 30s, so this came early, but it's great. This opportunity sometimes doesn't come around. So I'm in a position where I'm able to take on this project, and it's just wonderful.
Wow. Now, Debbie and Gene, when this is all said and done, it's probably going to be a very moving moment for both of you and the rest of your family.
Moving.
Absolutely.
From the pictures I saw, it looks incredible. The reality to it looked. It's him. It's like bringing him back to life.
It is him, and it was amazing when we went up to see the bust that was in clay, and I remember looking at it, and I kept moving my head and thinking his eyes were following me, and actually there's no eyes in there. It was just the way that, I don't know, Chad, the way you do that, you can explain it better, how there's a hole where the eyes are, but they were following me.
He had Betty Grable eyes.
Wow. Yeah, I can't.
Chad did a
there's
good
some
job.
Trade secrets involved there,
Sorry, Chad, I don't want to give away your secrets.
Yeah, no, it's fine. There's time has changed, and we went from time after the 1940s, and we went into postmodernism and making things abstract and putting big beams and sticking them out of the ground, and which was totally away from the Lincoln Memorial. But the guys who I had the opportunity to study with and train with here in the United States and in Italy, they have all these great secrets, and one of them, which is they used on the Lincoln Memorial. Most people, when they view the Lincoln Memorial, will say, "Wow, he looks like Abraham Lincoln staring at me as you walk from side to side." They'll say like the eyes are following you, but actually, what the artist does is, and actually, it'll make one eye look up and one eye look down. So the viewer is correct in that the statue is always looking at you, but the eyes are not actually going in the same direction. It's all very subtle, but it's little things like that that separate, the mannequins you see in Macy's to a bronze statue.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah,
it's weird because my father was an artist, and he did a self-portrait of himself, and it has that same effect where it always looks like the eyes are staring at you. And I remember from when I was growing up, I always felt I was being watched. And now I have it in my house. And, like, we had it in my dining room, and everybody was just like, the picture is staring at us. So now it's up in, like, my upstairs hallway. This way it's not staring at us at all times.
You should put it in your kids' room, Bay.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they would just love that. So now this whole the whole fundraising process for you guys, not just you, Deb, but the whole family's involved. I mean, this takes on almost like a full-time job.
It does take a full-time job, and you should see my house right now.
I can imagine. You just must have stuff piled everywhere, and constantly making calls and emails and everything.
Yeah, constantly. I mean, we have Bobby Rydell just sent a box of autographed items to raffle off.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, there's a lot of people who are helping out. So it's Tom Hanks sent something autographed to raffle. So there's a lot of people out there helping.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. It's so good too. I mean, people like that who do respect Wild Bill and want to contribute and help out in any way they can to make everything a success. Yes.
And I have like a good friend, Sandy, with Paradox Labs. They're creating the website for us for nothing. They're creating, she's helping me with the PR with this. So there's a lot of good people out there.
And as a matter of fact, she's on the line right now, so let's get her on here as well.
Okay.
Sandy, welcome to the party.
Hi, thanks. Hi, Deb.
Hi, Sandy.
So, all right, so Sandy, you're with Paradox Labs, is it?
Yep. Well, we're out of Lancaster City.
Okay.
So, my husband owns a e-commerce web development company, and I handle the PR for them.
Okay.
And when Deb started putting some of the postings up, she knows that I have a near and dear connection to her grandfather. So this kind of touched me, and I wanted to be part of it, and I wanted to do whatever I could to help her be a success.
Right.
So I talked to our team, and it seemed to be a cause that everybody was behind.
That's great.
We have someone working for us who had served in the military, and he was actually in the airborne and seemed completely blown away when we said this is what we were doing. And he has been working ferociously to get the site done so we can launch Friday night at the event.
Oh, great. Wow. Yeah. So that's were you like family friends with Debbie and all?
I've known Deb. We knew each other since high school, and then, of course,
Okay.
It was, Facebook brought everybody back together, and
Sure.
She is just the kind of person, authentic and genuine, and when she gets excited, you get excited. And my dad was in World War II. There was just some connection there, and we had gone to a couple things, and there was Wild Bill memorabilia available in raffles, and we joked because I never won. And then last Christmas, they sent her grandfather, and they sent me a book, an autographed book, and it still sits right next to my bed every night. I cherish that like no one knows. So when this all started happening, I just wanted to make her dream come true in any way that I could.
Well, I think it's going to become reality very soon there, Deb.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's awesome.
So, I mean, you got not only do you have the family backing you now it's like you're really putting together a whole team behind you for this whole project.
Yeah, it's great. I really have supportive friends. It's very touching.
Yeah, it really is. When people are doing this type of stuff and helping out and becoming part of it, I mean, it shows you. I mean, a person like Sandy, who you've known for years, but you grow up, you grow apart in different towns and all now. But when they come back into your life with a situation like this, it's like, wow, there's a real friend for you.
It sure is. And I have my friend, my childhood friend Heather, and my good friend from high school Kim also helping with the foundation. So I really have a lot of support from my family and my friends.
That's great. So now, is everybody going to be at the fundraiser next week? Sandy and Chad and.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah, we'll be there. Yeah,
I'm in.
I'll be there. My family will be there. We'll be there.
Yes, Chad,
Nice.
Chad's dad will be there.
Yeah, we sort of have a three-headed monster here, so it's me, my wife, and my father sort of taking care of this on our end.
Nice. Now, Chad, you with the whole sculpting and everything, do you have connections to also help them with getting a place to find a home for this, or?
Yeah, we're pushing. We're pushing. We're doing everything we can. It's going well. It's going well. I mean, we're at the point where we have a couple fundraisers coming up. Poppies is in less than 2 weeks. So
Right.
So that's great. And then there's other things planned. So the idea is to just push as hard as we can, and I think it's going to happen. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, a World War II veteran deserves to be memorialized, especially in Philadelphia, in his hometown.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, I was just going to say that too. Like in Philadelphia, that's the one thing where somebody like that, Philadelphia is going to get behind and support.
Yeah. Councilman O is going to be one of the leading spears, I think, in this. So I think Debbie and Jean have definitely done their due diligence and put all the time in and really got the ball rolling. And my father and I, my wife, are trying to, just make this a success. So, yeah.
There you go. So let's, I have another caller here. Let me find out who this is. All right, caller, who is this?
Hello, my name is Linda Tosto.
Hi, Linda.
The real estate agent.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
All right, so Linda, you are the real estate agent, correct?
Correct.
Now, you have a very interesting story to tell because you were, I guess, the realtor in charge of selling the house that was Wild Bill's house.
No, I was not the person who had it listed, but I found the buyer, yes.
Okay. So when you found the buyer, it was a person who normally buys houses and fixes them up and rents them out, correct?
Yeah, he either buys and holds or fix and flips. We do a little bit of everything.
Gotcha. And once he realized whose house it was, the whole...
Well, actually, when we realized whose house it was, he came to the reality a lot quicker than I did. I needed to literally hear it from the listing agent myself because I was still in denial. And I'm still pretty much in awe over this whole event myself, and I'd like to give Debbie and her family a lot of credit for how much they do and how much love they show. And it's for me a privilege to be able to be a part of this. And to hear that there's so many Philly people behind it, Chad, a lot of Delaware County people, Lancaster City, a lot of locals. So it's just, in my opinion, it was meant to be. But we did not realize that we found a collage. Should I say Jim found the collage and immediately recognized who it was. I literally just let him borrow my Band of Brothers because I couldn't believe he'd never seen it. And he was just in disbelief of what an incredibly written movie it was, how powerful the stories were, how amazing of a generation was truly brought to light for us to see and to share. And I've never seen Jim get emotional. And that it was the first time in the 10 years I've known him that I actually saw him cry. And
wow.
The only other time I've ever seen him shed a tear is when he lost his best friend. So when we found out whose property it was, I was very proud because immediately, and these were words that I had never heard before, and I'm sure we'll never hear again, was don't haggle, just give them full price. And he
wow.
did that out of respect for the man whose home that was. We were truly blessed to be in the home of greatness, and we did feel like we were the ones put there for a reason. We almost walked away because there was a little trick with the lockbox, and we thought they purposely gave out wrong lockbox information because a lot of realtors do that in Philly.
Right.
So we almost walked away. I called the office. We were pretty bummed out. We had a rotten day, and that was the last house. And we were just in shock, I think, that we ended up there. And when we got in the car and I talked to the realtor, and the realtor confirmed who it was, and I told her, wow, well, hey, look, we're no haggles, no repairs, no nothing. The full price cash offer, closed 30 days. Take what you need as far as out of there. There was not much left, although two very beautiful stories have been written. The Inquirer could be misinterpreted as if there was some large, valuable collection left behind, but I think it was more of an interpretation of just a few memorial pieces and plaques that were left, and there were very few, was enough for us to realize that, first of all, this had to be a veteran. It was a proud veteran. And then when we saw the collage, realizing who the veteran was, it was it's an amazing feeling that only somebody with great respect for our veterans could understand.
Wow. No, I got to ask. I can hear the emotion in your voice, and I want to turn to Debbie and Jean. When you hear people that get emotional like this by, your father and grandfather, how's that feel for you guys?
Well, for me personally, I was pretty close to my dad, and a lot of people got emotional around him. That was just, the way they were, because he was a pretty nice guy. And and Linda and her friend that bought the house,
Jim,
very nice people, and I'm only sorry that they never met my dad.
Me too. You have no idea. I feel like I've gotten. I do feel like I've gotten to know him.
Yeah, he would have welcomed you. He was pretty nice, and he entertained guests. And he would have said to you as soon as you come in, "Kid, bring that broad over here." That's what he would have said. But he was pretty. He had people come from all over the world to see him. So he was easily accessible. One day he had 20 or 30 Navy SEALs visit him. He had all kind of policemen over his house all the time. So he would. Linda and Jim were very nice. He would have enjoyed meeting them. But
he would have enjoyed me more, though.
Emotion. I understand the emotion, because that's why I don't want to go back into the house a lot. I don't. I grew up there, so yeah. I remember my father and my mother. Yeah. So, but I'm glad that they purchased it, and they're very nice people.
And while you say that, is our normal thing is when we go into a place, we usually do a really pretty good job, whether it's a rental, and an extremely exceptional job if it's a flip for a resale. So our original intent was basically let's change it all, and then after everything happened at the settlement and meeting both the sons and kind of rethinking it, it was one of those things where you just knew you can't approach it like that. So we improved what we could and kept mostly everything original and changed a few and upgraded a few things that needed a little, tuning up. And it'll always be Wild Bill's house. And I just feel like we've been given the privilege to be the caretakers.
Yeah, he would be happy. He would be happy.
Yeah, it's
the
like
goal,
go ahead.
The goal for the house, by the way, is we'd like to, we don't think there's any other option as far as we're concerned. We're looking to rent it to another disabled service vet that is going to feel that he's in a special house just the way that all of us feel here tonight. It's
right.
still handicap accessible, still has the wheelchair lifts. Gene was kind enough to leave them behind. And it does, it still has the tub on the first floor with the handicap accessible bars, etc. So we did leave all that when our original intent was kind of just to make it a little bit friendlier in there, but we ended up leaving it and improving it for a few things.
Yeah,
and we can't wait to see it.
Well, I found out that they did change the locks on me, Deb. I'm sorry, but we're going to get you through, I promise.
That's okay.
I promise.
We'll wait for you guys to go down.
I got locked out of my own house.
Oh, that's funny. So, all right, so, again, the big event is next Friday,
it's Friday
January
the 16th.
Will you be there?
I think I'm going to come. I've been talking to my wife about it.
Great.
Yeah, you have to come, Bay. Come on.
I know. All right,
come on.
Here's my dilemma of this whole situation, and you're going to say, "Are you freaking kidding me?" I was talking about this at the beginning of the show because there's another fundraiser the next night that I keep getting invited to, and it's the same situation for that.
Wow.
What's the dress code for this?
Anything you want to wear.
Shorts and a tank top.
The only dress code we have is you have to have clothes on. That's the only dress code we have.
I'm there.
Well, I'm going to have to run, but I hope to see you there. I really do.
Well, it sounds good because it sounds like you're going to see me there now because the dress code is...
All right.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm good.
We'll have
I'll
a T-shirt for you
next Friday.
Okay?
Thank you. Thanks
we'll
for having me.
Take care. Good.
Bye, Tad.
Bye, David. Bye, Gene.
See you guys.
Take care, Linda.
See ya.
Linda, see you Friday.
We'll have a T-shirt for you, okay? You can wear
That
a T-shirt
sounds good to me. I need a new one.
Sounds good.
All right,
okay.
Guys.
Because I was all bugged out a bit. Okay. Who was
you
that?
What?
Well, I guess your dad jumped off.
Yeah, he's tired. It's past his bedtime day.
Yeah, because the whole dress code thing, like the fundraiser the next night, they're like, "Oh, get a tux." I'm like, "What? A tux? Are you kidding me?"
Oh, yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, okay. So good. All right, yeah, I'm there. I'm in.
Awesome.
Okay, so what time does it start now?
It starts at 7 o'clock. It's 7 to 11. We have a DJ. You can bring your dancing shoes if you want.
Cool. Very cool. And it's at Poppy's on 20th Street, right over around the corner from Penrose Diner. Everybody knows the Penrose.
Right next door.
Right next door.
Free parking.
Even better.
Free parking
a rarity.
is even better. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a rarity in South Philly.
Right, Sandy?
Uh-huh. I can't wait. You know that. I'd be there now if it was starting.
Cool. And the site where they can go to donate money, can you give that address out as well?
If you go to youcaring.com and put in the search Wild Bill Guarnere, it should come up. It says Statue Fund, Wild Bill Guarnere Statue Fund.
Cool. There you go. All right. Well, looks like I'll be seeing you next Friday then.
Sounds great. Thank you for having us.
No
Thanks.
problem. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Sandy. And I'll see you next week. And we'll keep plugging away for you guys. Yep.
Thanks.
See
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody, there they go. There's the whole pack. So don't forget, next Friday night from 7 to 11, Poppy's Restaurant, South Philly, 20th Street, right at 20th and Packer, right next door to the Penrose Diner. Poppy's Restaurant. Fundraiser for the Wild Bill Monument statue. Go, go, go. It sucks you're not here in Philly, Nick.
Yeah, man, I'd definitely go.
Okay, let me see where we're at here. All right, here's the deal. It's 10:08. We got to call Brandy in about 7 minutes. So there's something I wanted to talk to you about real quick. Oh, you know what else I saw? Well, we got 2 minutes, and then we'll take a commercial break, and then I'll get her on the phone. You know what other movie I watched?
What's that?
Bad Grandpa.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw your post on that. I've seen the movie as well. It's really, really funny.
Freaking hysterical. Hysterical. At one point, I was choking because I couldn't breathe from laughing. At that point, it was the in the strip club.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yeah. The whole movie is just—it's kind of like you were saying earlier with the interview. It was just nonstop laughs, man.
Yeah, Bad Grandpa is definitely funnier than the interview.
Yeah. I haven't seen the interview, but I can tell you, yeah.
Oh, too funny. Too freaking funny.
Absolutely.
Let me see here. Anything else you wanted to throw out there real quick before we go into a commercial break?
No, I think we're good for the commercial.
All right. Let's do this. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. Yeah. And then we'll call Brandy.